Some unusual news now, as Bungle Technologies are working with the county's Department of Culture to fund a science museum. The facility will open its doors deep in the desert and will serve the twin purpose of investigating/eradicating a toxic site that one Bungle official called something they'd certainly never seen before. For updates on the scientific process, keep it tuned to 2 Point Radio.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 2 Point Museum. We are in Bungle Wasteland, a new museum and our fourth museum. This is Sophie Nova, the founder of Bungle Technologies. At Bungle, rapid expansion has meant that we've outgrown and abandoned more headquarters than I can remember, but this certainly seems to be one of them. The oasis is familiar, but not the giant sickly pears. It used to be beautiful, but not this interesting, and that's why we're here, to investigate and remedy the oasis in the name of science and legal obligation. The county believes there's a connection between the state of the oasis and our facility's underground laboratory network. I'm not one for baseless assumptions personally, but I am here to help. Here's a map of the Bungle Burrows facility. The entrance was sealed when we left. Safety first, of course, so you'll need a drill to enter. You should be able to find the necessary materials nearby. Now, we know with the drill we have a new workshop item. We are going to sell these bits and pieces from the wreckage of other areas, and we are going to do the same in here as well, I guess. We're going to get rid of all of these things like the bungle boxes. We have some cleaning up to do, and we also have a little bit of repairing to do. I can see something that we can make use of here, an exhibit that we need to clean up. That is the flying machine. Now, it's not the best, but it will do us for now. We are potentially going to have to take a loan out here because I remember this one being quite a difficult one to start off, and we're going to get rid of that security camera and this security camera here. That all gives us a nice little profit. We could demolish the building, and we also have 2 helipads here, which is useful, and we'll get rid of those big crates as well. Now, we do have another plot there that we can grab, so we need to complete the, we need to make and display a sprinkler pump using the workshop. We aren't going to do that just yet. We are going to have to make do with the space that we currently have. Now, it looks like our guests come in from this area and leave through that area. There's also a few other spaces where they could potentially come from. We need to receive bronze in the remote rock pop-up exhibition still, but here we've got to hire a janitor, go to the Oreful Quarry, make a drill, and clear the obstruction at the blocked tunnel. Hopefully we'll get all of that done today, but if not, there's a lot of other things that we can turn our focus to. We've also got the jab maestro here, which needs to be near any science decoration. For now, we're going to put everything we can in our inventory. Let's actually destroy that building. And yeah, that's fine. And then we will have a look at how we can rearrange things a little bit here. Now, for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up these 2 helipads and we're going to place them down here. We're going to have one there, and we're going to put the other one down here as well, next to it, just across from it, and have them facing each other like that. Then I'm going to grab this little tool here, and we're going to fill in all the way to here. Like that, and then we're going to come along here as well and fill that in as well. Then I'm going to take the other block here, and we're going to frame it quite nicely like this, and then it's going to come up to here. That's going to come up to here as well, and across like that. We'll have it come all the way across to here, and we'll do the same with this, going out to here like that. Then again, we will frame it like this, coming all the way across to there, and then the same like that. I think that's a decent little area that we've created, and that's going to go all the way around as well. And again, we'll come let's go again, we'll fill this in all the way along to create that little space there. That's quite nice. Then I just want to turn all of this back to desert for now, there and here as well. Now this little space here, I think we'll go up to there, then we'll have this one come down like that, maybe to there, and then in, and then back down again like so. Fill that in, then we can just fill that in as well. Right, okay, that's nice. So we can make a little side door there. Then we're going to fill in this area here, and our museum is going to be placed in the gap here. So I'm going to pave all of this space here. And again, and where is that? That comes into here. So that's going to go all the way along like that. And we'll fill in all of this. And then we can place our museum. Now, what I will do, though, is I'll maybe have it jut out a touch. We've got the little bit of desert space here. I'm going to fill in this, actually. So that's going to come along and then to there and all the way across. That's nice. And then maybe we'll have a little bit of a larger entrance right in the middle, maybe coming up from that space there or here. Let's go right. Let's try and get it in the middle. So like there. And we'll go 2 down to there, and then we'll add in a little trail that goes all the way up. That'll do nicely. Right, let's build our building. So we are going to have our building come here all the way along to there, and then for now it's just going to be a giant square with a little bit of a space in, and then we'll put our door in the middle. Then I want some side doors. We're going to put one side door there and another side door here. Don't think that's going to fit, actually, so we'll just okay that for now. Then we'll go back to the desert floor and we'll come to here like so, and then we want to have this come up to there, this come up to here, and then a final one going all the way up like that. Perfect. Then we're going to go back to desert, run that to there, just fill in the little blank, edit our building and put in a side door right there. Perfect. Okay, then I'm going to, like I suggested, have a little bit of a space coming out here, maybe just to there. We'll remove that one and we'll remove that one, and that okays that, and then we'll do the same here. But because of the strange layout of this building here, we're going to come down to there and we'll take off one there and one there and okay that. Perfect. Right, that is our entrance done, and our first building is now in place. I don't really like the lack of symmetry here, so I'm going to take off. It's a 3x3 square at the back here. Like that. Okay, good. Now we'll put desert in at the back here to fill in that space. Nice. Right, that will do for now. Good. So, how are we going to set this up then? We have 2 exhibits here, the flying machine and the jab maestro. We can't make use of them just yet because I want to put in my ticket booths first. But before we do any of that, we actually need to build a workshop. So looking over here at my stuff, I've got a workshop right here, which we will place down in this space here. And that is actually going to form up the staff area, or our initial staff area. So what I want to do is I might put it on this side, and then we are going to delete 1 square from the building. Then we're going to move it into location there and okay that. We'll sell the invalid items that we don't need, and then we can start building our first walls. And these are going to come out like that. We're going to have another one come out like this in the interest of symmetry, and it's going to come all the way along to here and then just slick back in to the corner there like that. Good. Now we have 2 staff areas here, and we can just kind of trail them off like so. I'm going to remove these, then we can place our ticket booths in that space. So going over to here, finding our ticket booths, and we can nudge them into there, and this one into here. Unless we can get them on the angle there. I don't think we can, but we'll just leave that as it is. This one actually doesn't come right up to the wall. Now it does. Then we want to add in a new partition wall around here, like that. And then the same here. I could do with just realigning them a little bit because they're not quite flush, which is how I want them. And then we'll come along here and along here, and then in like so. Then this can come inwards, and maybe we'll have it go like that. Yeah, that works. And we'll do the same here. coming in by 2 and then along. I think it needs to go one more like that and then all the way like that. Perfect. Then we will get rid of this wall here and this wall here. Actually, no, I'm going to leave them in. We'll leave it as like a little staff access. Then we can place down some doors. We'll have one door here and another door right there. And then they also need an access door here. So I'll place one in the middle on the angle there and another one in the middle on the angle right here. Perfect. Right. So our staff now have access to their ticket booths. We've got an area where they can come in. We're going to put a security archway right there. And they now have access to the museum. Perfect. Right. So we have our little entrance area. We've got 2 ticket booths. People can now come into the museum. And we also have our workshop placed, so that is good. We've got 167,000 left in the bank. Let's get a janitor to start cleaning stuff up. Now, what do we need, actually, to go to the Oreful Quarry? Let's have a look. To the Bungle Burrows, we have 3 potential discoveries, and 2 of them are unlocked. We have the blocked tunnel, which we need the drill for. We've got the Oreful Quarry, which gives us some science materials. And then we have surplus supplies, which also give us science materials. We need janitors to go to this area. They don't have any sort of particular requirement for this area, so we can actually hire a janitor and get them straight away to go there. We have Alex Mastic, who gets travel sick, and we have Handy, so they do improve maintenance, workshop and perk installation speeds. Now, I could bring them in and not take them on any expeditions at all. So I'm going to hire Alex. I'm also going to have a look at what other janitors we can hire. We have Eleanor, again, expeditions, but also delicate, so a slower recovery from injuries. We don't want them, and we don't want them either. So at the moment, we have our one janitor who we don't really want to take on expeditions, but they can do stuff to help us improve our usual stuff. We have the drill here. We do need 25 units of metal for that, so we're not going to get that done. We can, however, get 10 survey scanners created immediately. We don't have anybody coming in right now, so that's fine. We still need to go to the Oreful Quarry, make a drill and clear the obstruction. So let's start planning out the rest of the museum. You can see here we have plenty of stuff we can do. I do need a janitor who is trained in workshops. We could actually, let's go to our rooms. Let's build our training room. And we can just about, I think, squeeze this training room in here. And again, we'll have to get rid of this small section here. And then just slide it in. Great. Right, so we have a training room. We have 79,000 left. Let's open our training menu and have Alex train in workshop. Now, workshop, what does it do? Improves maintenance, workshop, and perk installation speeds. So it's about, I guess that improves anything they do in the workshop and any maintenance and any installation of perks. So let's get them put in the workshop. Great, we have a janitor. Let's have a look at what other janitors we've now got. We've got Franklin, we've got Francis. Again, travel sick, dry mouth. None of these guys are good for us at this moment in time, so it doesn't actually help to have them in. But the money thing is something that we're going to need to counter very quickly because we have one staff member and no exhibits. So let's get a jab maestro in to start us off. We're going to get the ball rolling with the 2 exhibits that we currently have, which include the flying machine and the jab maestro. We're going to put them right by the door, and then we need to bring in a science expert. Now, we've got Meryl Killmeister, but that looks like, yeah, Meryl is a science expert. Now, are these science? Yes, they're both from classic contraptions. We've got rapid restoration, and we have also rapid restoration. So let's bring them in to restore that exhibit. We'll get rid of Meryl and Tyra. We don't need them. We also need somebody who will be able to work on our usual stuff. We do have Tessa here, who is a half-wit, but is also immune to illnesses. That could have been, but I'm not going to take her. Antonia Carpet. Cafeteria work does increase her happiness. So we will eventually have a cafeteria, but we'll put her to work in the ticket booth first. Okay, so how are we getting on? What about janitors? Pedro Baffle. sight at the sight, sick at the sight of sick doesn't help. Pilot wings did help, but we can't have them. We've got improved training and robust. Caleb Stud is going to come in and they are going to train in pilot wings. Yes, pilot wings. Once they're trained, they can then go on and we'll get an increase to our expedition speed, and also they will be able to go straight to the Oreful Quarry and get some things discovered for us, and that will be really useful. By the time they are ready, we will hopefully have created some survey scanners in the workshop to boost our survey level. The higher your survey level is on these areas where you gather ore and stuff, I think, the more materials you will gather in your trip, especially if you do it in a pristine, like if you do it as a really quick thing or a extended expedition. I think that gives you more materials, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, we do have these two exhibits in. They're not in the ideal location. The museum is pretty much empty and there's nothing going on, but we have the basis of something here. We're going to speed things up. We're going to have a look at the other rooms that we can put in that are staff based. We have the analysis room, which costs us 42,000, and we also need a staff room actually. So we'll put in a staff room. That is going to, oh god, that's going to destroy our budget really. We do need a bathroom though. So let's put in a bathroom. We'll place it right here. Wait a minute, I'm going to put it at the top here. We're going to rotate it and place it there. Nice. Right, we have a very well leveled up bathroom there. Everybody can use it and it can then start to form the basis of this museum. And there you will see we have Alex working in the workshop immediately. Now, what is that? Yes, it's their travel sickness trait, but that will not impact them at all because we don't plan on sending them to any expeditions whatsoever. So we can now take our first expedition. We can go out to the Oreful Quarry with not Alex. Caleb is going to go. Caleb is going to take the survey scanner. It's going to be a detailed expedition. It's going to take 13 days and cost us 1,500. We do have to be aware of the rock slide. That could be an injury, and we will not be able to counter that because we don't have our staff room yet, but this will do us for now. Hopefully he won't get injured, and if he does, I'll just have to bite the bullet and buy my staff room and maybe get a loan. But hopefully once this is done, we'll be able to actually do the next set of expeditions and get this first bit done. There we go. He's got broken face, which is very unfortunate, and we'll have to manage that injury another way. I don't really want to place a basic staff room just for the sake of recovering that injury. I would rather just take the risk and take out the loan, because eventually we will start making enough money to pay off that loan. We don't have any guests arriving yet because we need to clean this place up first, so we just have to deal with that and hope that we manage to recover this quickly. But we have come back from the Oreful Quarry. We do have Caleb who's gotten an injury, but we have metal, 175 units of metal. We can now make that drill in the workshop, but we can't do that because we're still producing survey scanners. And that will just have to be the way that it is. What I'll do though is I will keep going to the Oreful Quarry, and we will once again, we will take, oh, we can't take him because he's injured. Damn it. Right, well, that's okay. We still made a profit this month, which is interesting. And I think what I'll do is I'll take the risk. I'll buy my staff room. And we'll place this little staff room right here in the corner. Will it fit in there? Yes. But again, it's got that weird, let's put it here. Why is it telling me to sell that now? Oh, it's because it's going to sell the wall. That's why. That's okay, though. It just gets rid of a little bit of the wall. We now have the staff room, and they can go to the bandage box and recover from their injury. What is wrong with you? Says you're an unreachable item, but you are reachable. Don't worry about it. Ah, I was actually going to... And that one has naturally fallen into a better place anyway, so we can do that with that one as well. Perfect. Right, okay, we've got our survey scanner. We've got 3,300 in the bank now. And once those survey scanners have all been made, we'll be able to carry on. So I think the best thing to do is to jump ahead to the point where we're able to make the drill. I will keep doing expeditions to the Oreful Quarry to max out the level of that area, and then we will see you in a moment. Okay, so we've now maxed out stuff at the Oreful Quarry. You can see right there, all pristine, and we've got plenty of metal from there. And because of our 2 expeditions to Oreful Quarry, we can unlock surplus supplies. That requires 2 janitors, So we are going to head there now. Now, a broken drill will increase our expedition time by 5 days, and a rock slide will increase our, it will give us an injury. But we can take Caleb Stud, and we can also take Gordon Lost. Now, I'm hoping that I can find a janitor who is immune to injuries right now, but we don't have that available to us right now. We're going to dismiss those. I do have one janitor who I can train in the form of Gordon Lost. We are going to give Gordon pilot wings as well, and they will kind of be our expedition janitors, basically. He's loyal, so it does give us a nice little boost to like a reduced salary. Caleb has an accelerated recovery from injuries and a bookworm, which improves his training speed, but pilot wings, both of them, will stack and give us a 10% reduction to our expedition time, which means they'll get back from these expeditions quicker. We also need to make our drill, so we're going to start a project to make that drill. We're going to make 5 of them, actually. No, we can't even make 3. We're going to make 1. 1 should give us enough. Then we'll clear the obstruction at the blocked tunnel. Once that's done, I think we'll start getting our museum guests coming in, and that will be very useful. So once the training is done, let's set up an expedition to surplus supplies. We've got someone training at the moment, so Caleb can go in. We can maybe just try not to get the injury. We can either do that by taking a first aid kit, or we can bite the bullet and take the survey scanner to improve our survey level while we are there. For now, we'll just wait and see, and I'll make a decision on that later. We've finished making our drill though, so that is very good. And we actually do have enough to send some expeditions elsewhere now. We've got people ready to go. So the blocked tunnel at Bungle Burrows requires 1 janitor equipped with a drill, so we can send a janitor there. We'll send... the problem is Alex has a chance to reduce his happiness for a period of time. We can take... Right, I think maybe getting another janitor, this time with mechanics, might be a good idea. Now, you are immune to illness and have accelerated recovery, so let's put you in and give you mechanics. And you can work at mechanic stuff in the museum, but also do that expedition for me. We're going to go to surplus supplies. It's unaffordable apparently, but we can't even do a speedy one because we don't have enough money. Ooh, that's tough. Maybe we just have to wait for that training to complete then, and we'll get that done. So once that training is done, we can head off and clear that expedition. Let's have a quick look at how much that's going to cost us. $1,000. So that's fine. We can do that, and hopefully that'll then bring the guests in. Otherwise, I'm going to have to take out a loan, which I don't really want to do. So it's been a bit of a slow start here at Bungle Wasteland, but that's okay. This one, I remember taking a little bit of time to do and to get everything up and running quite smoothly, especially when it comes to actually finding your exhibits and generally making money. So we are going to have to be very careful with how we deal with this moving forward, because we are not making a lot of profit. The grant is just about covering everything, but if people want a better salary, we are not going to be able to manage without bringing some guests in. Now that training is just completed, so let's go do the expedition now, and we'll set that up. We will take Mac Juggle, and we'll also take the drill, and that could increase our expedition time if the drill breaks, but the rest of it I think is fine. Off they go, and we will just wait and see what happens. So this is good. That expedition shouldn't take us that long. We've made another $53 profit, but of course not the best at the moment. We are struggling. We need this expedition to complete, and then hopefully, like I said, guests will start arriving. We are at museum level 1, about to hit museum level 2, and we have already cleared the blocked tunnel, which means the first part of this museum is complete. I said I was going to get it all done in today's episode, and there we go. Well done, you made it in, and your crew found one of our old design blueprints. I really must make digital copies. You have my blessings to use anything you find in the facility, ideas included. Blueprints will allow your science experts to build custom contraptions from materials in the workshop. The facility may well hold the answers to fixing the oasis, you never know. The spar point, though, is a rudimentary device that even your science expert should be able to understand. So we have a crate to open. That's just bonus experience. We've unlocked Bungle Burrows, and the spar point, and I missed out on a little bit of tutorial there because I clicked so quickly on my stuff. But we do now have 11,200 in the bank. We need to hire a science expert, which we've done, and then make and display a spar point in the workshop. So we're going to start a spar point there, and we don't have anybody doing that. We need to start off that spar point. There we go. Right, so with those contraptions, you need to have a certain number of people view those exhibits in your museum, and then you will unlock the next tier or the next prestige level in that item. So somebody is now going to do that. We do have an assistant on a break at the moment, but that's okay, and we can actually afford to go and do an expedition. Now over here at Bungle Burrows, we've cleared that so we can unlock it. We now need to send a science expert and an assistant to the Bungle Burrows to get that done. We also have this one, an upper antique archives. We have that locked until we earn $750 from the workshop, and then we have surplus supplies. Now we're going to head off to surplus supplies. We're going to take Caleb, we're going to take Gordon, and we are going to take a survey scanner and hope for the best. We'll make it detailed to boost the survey level as quickly as possible, and we will try and get that done ASAP. Now I think this gives us it's just another material really, but it's good to start building a stock of these because you use them to create those items in your workshop and various other things within the game. So it's really a good idea to have a decent supply of those. Now I'm getting around about 250 per trip in terms of metal, and that's really good, and that's from getting a really high survey level. So we've built something scientific. I'd say this place is ready for testing on the general public. The oasis isn't perfect, but for that exact reason, I'm sure it'll attract the curious-minded. Custom contraptions are amazing, interesting things in their own right, if I say so myself. I'm sure guests will be thrilled to see them. You can always tinker with the equation as you go. Remember, in science, there are no failed experiments, only interesting results. So, make upgraded versions of custom contraptions by completing their upgrade objectives in the workshop menu. Upgraded contraptions are more robust, meaning they require less frequent maintenance and take longer to catch fire. They also provide more buzz and knowledge. Each upgrade also gives a custom contraption an additional perk slot. Custom contraptions can have a maximum of 3 perk slots, like all of the other exhibits in the game. So let's put the spar point right in the middle here, and we now have a reward from surplus supplies. It is whirly cogs. We've got 50 of those, and we can claim them now. We also have some injuries to recover, but now that we have guests coming in, we should be able to make a little bit of a profit. So I'm going to place my first donation stand right at the entrance there, and we'll place an info stand right here. It does block the spar point, unfortunately, so let's move that a little bit as well, just to there. Actually, I don't like that there. We're going to put these right here, and then we'll look for some items to decorate as best we can. I mean, we're not going to have the best decorated area right now, but we can at least make a start on things. We're not trying to create anything exceptional and amazing looking here. We just want to get our museum off to a start. So we're going to put some banners and stuff around here, and it's just right at the entry point where people come in so that we can start making a little bit of money and hopefully stop ourselves going into a large amount of debt. So all of these little pipes and stuff will go in. Everything will hopefully eventually boost this to a level 5 decor, and that does work. We'll put some cogs in the entrance area as well. There we have it. Right, people are coming in. We should be able to make some money, and to collect that, we are going to need a security guard. We'll take Sandy Mania, which is a pretty good one to pick up early doors. We need to make $500 from donations, sell 15 tickets, and display exhibits from 3 different themes. Is that a theme and subcategory, or we have one from... Oh, okay, so do we need to actually get several other themes? Does that mean if I go to my workshop now and start a project and I create a general display here like the realization station, will that count? We're going to try it anyway. We're placing that. I just don't want to unlock a brand new theme already. We need to display a spot point 2, and we get that from having 15 guests view this. What do we need for it then? If we go into our workshop menu again, can't really view my other projects right now because I am currently creating one already. We have $4,434 in the bank. We are starting to make a very small profit. People are coming in. We are making some money. What do you need? You don't like litter, but I need more pieces of that one, and I need more pieces of that one. And we've unlocked spar point level 2 already, so that is great. We can build our next spar point. Do I then research this, or do I have to demolish that? That's the one thing that I don't know yet. We made a little bit of money. Let's have a quick look at what we can bring in for this. I don't really want the bungled bin, but we can take the Mudbury Festival sign. This one is very large, and I can't really fit it anywhere. But we do have the realization station there, so we can place that in. We're going to put it right there, and that gives us, again, it's not a different theme. Or is it because it's unreachable? No, it still says one of 3 themes. So I'm probably going to have to go and find a new theme to display. This is general, science contraptions, science, science. Right, okay, so that doesn't seem to work. Okay, it is themes and subcategories, but for some reason it's not accepting that as a theme. Right, okay, let's then go on a new expedition. We have $500 from donations. We need to employ a janitor who is qualified in fire resistance next. Tex would be a good one, actually, so we'll bring you in and train you in fire resistance. Perfect. Then we'll head off on a new expedition. This time, we're going to go to Bungle Burrows. Bungle Burrows has perks, but also workshop projects, so we will head off there. We'll autofill this time. We do need... Yeah, that's just an injury, though, so that's okay. If we do have survival skills, we can counter that event. We also have Lost in the Labs, which increases our expedition time, but I will take my survey scanner, and they will head off on that first expedition. I'm then going to do another expedition, and this one is just going to go to surplus supplies. We're going to make it detailed. It says it's unaffordable, actually, so I can't do that. Right, well, that's fine. We'll just keep going, keep chipping away at this, keep collecting money. And we will leave it there. So what I'll do is I'll do my usual, get my expeditions in, hopefully counter the money situation, and display that spar point too. So that objective will be complete when you next come back. The janitor is now being trained, so they'll be employed, and we just need to sort out the 3 different themes. But I'm going to do my research. I'm going to, unlock everything I possibly can in advance of our next episode. So that will include maxing out the survey level of surplus supplies. We're also going to go and get everything from Bungle Burrows unlocked. And then we will leave it at that, because that's the security door and we haven't yet got the antique archives. But Bungle Burrows is there. We have 3 perks and a workshop project to unlock there. You will find out what they are next episode. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.